leaving a legacy, doing something which is genuine, doing something which is within your heart. It's not how you arrive, it's how you leave. That's how people remember you. That's how the city remembers you. That's how the world remembers you. So one day, yes, the time will come where I will say goodbye to Jakarta, and that day it would be somewhere I would be remembered not just what I did in the city, but what I'm leaving in the city, the legacy, the heartfelt relations which I have created, um, the camaraderie I have created.
Hello, my name is Renae Leith-Manos. Welcome to this podcast, Where to From Here, featuring conversations about luxury travel and how it's changing in every pocket of the globe. Hi everyone, today we're going to one of my very favourite cities because I used to live there, and that is Jakarta, Indonesia. I often describe Jakarta as an underground city because it's the kind of city, if you arrive without any information and you jump onto Google to find the top 10 restaurants, you're not going to find very much because everything is on Instagram and WhatsApp, and it's very much a community-based society in terms of finding the best restaurants, the best places to go and all of that. But I can certainly tell you that one of the best places to stay is the Four Seasons Hotel. And I did spend some wonderful time there with my family, and in fact celebrated my twins' birthday, which was very special in that very opulent and gorgeous hotel. And we have the fantastic general manager, Samit Ganguly, to speak to us today from the Four Seasons Jakarta. Samit, how are you?
I'm doing very well, Rani. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity.
So Samit, your career began with the iconic Oberoi Grand in Kolkata. Now, I have had quite a lot, fortunately, to do with the Oberoi, and they produce, I have to say, some of the best general managers in the world. So many general managers everywhere started with the Oberoi. Now, what was your experience with them? And do you agree that there's something that they teach the luxury hotel staff and managers that other brands haven't quite mastered yet?
I completely agree with you, Rani. My tenure, my first job with the hotel industry was with the Oberoi. And for me, Oberoi, I never considered that to be as an experience, but it is always to be as my first hospitality schooling with them. And you're so right in saying, I go back from the story of Rai Bahadur, who was Rai Bahadur MS Oberoi, who started the brand many, many years back. And then it was PRS Oberoi, Vicky Oberoi, as we popularly know him, late Mr. Vicky Oberoi. And then it is Arjun Oberoi and Vikram Oberoi, who they have taken the legacy in each and every generation has taken the property and the brand into different legacies. For me, I completely agree with you that the luxury is ingrained inside you when you go and you start your career or even you start working with them. And it's something comes very naturally. It's not being taught as like it's kind of a setup, and you just get yourself fit into that setup. It's so easy. It's so casual. It's not something which they are taught. It's not something which they show you how to do it. It's just you feel yourself that this is how you do it. It's like, it's not just about good morning and good evening and wishing a guest. It's about that warm smile and the genuine smile which you give. And there is always a question mark along with that smile that, is there a way I can help you? Is there a way I can assist you? That is that invisible, invisible question which is always there with every Oberoi guy who's been trained by an Oberoi. And I'm not.
I read the book Dare to Dream. One of the general
Yes.
managers gave it to me as a gift, which was
Mhm.
wonderful. And the story of how the very first Oberoi Hotel was built, because of course he sold his wife's jewelry and things in the house to actually purchase the hotel.
Absolutely.
And he'd had no experience running hotels at all.
Not at all. Not at all. And this is how he one day got an opportunity to buy a hotel in Simla, and he managed to buy that hotel. And the legacy continued, and I'm very happy to share. I think, if I'm not wrong, the second property of the Oberoi was in Calcutta, which was built many years ago, and it was turned from Armenian hotel to Oberoi Hotel, Oberoi Grand at that time. It has many history attached with it, many stories. And I'm actually the third generation in my family who has worked in that hotel. My grandfather was actually at the pre-opening team at that time, and my father worked there, all in finance department mostly. And I'm the only one who was in the operations. But it's a small little story which was also brewing in my family when that hotel was built up in Calcutta. So I know, and I exactly
Wow.
myself connected with them so very well.
That's phenomenal. What an honor. Do you go back and visit that hotel when you go to India? I
I
mean, there's
do.
so much family history there for you.
I do. I would say that, the property is going through enormous renovation, and I'm getting to hear there are a lot of changes which are coming in. I do have a very small, cozy spot which I would go and enjoy a cup of coffee and just let the atmosphere sunk in, stand under the chandelier at the main lobby and just enjoy the moment and remember of where I started from. That every step
It's
I
really
took into this
important.
into
Don't
yeah,
you think in
yeah.
life it's really important to always remember where you started?
It's the basic principle, and my one of the lessons which I learned from my father is that do not forget where you start from, and that's a place. And what could be an amazing place like the Oberoi Grand to go back and see where you start from.
That is really, really very special. But now you're at the Four Seasons in Jakarta, and indeed you have a beautiful, incredible lobby there that I've walked into. But I know that the Four Seasons have an incredible training program because they worked with Harvard to create it. So what happens when staff work and they start at the Four Seasons? Is this something they watch like the McDonald's model, like on TV, and there's a whole lot of videos? How does it work? Because they achieve so much in terms of the quality of their staff in luxury.
Today, it's been 10 months. I have been into the Four Seasons. And I'll tell you something. I felt myself very, very well connected as soon as I joined in this place. One of the primary reason is about the culture. We all talk about that Harvard education system, and the way they laid out the entire infrastructure and everything. That is a model. That is something which is great. But what needs to get implemented is the heart, is the attitude. It's something which comes within yourself. You cannot teach that. So when you come to Four Seasons, it's so similar. It's like a homecoming for me because the culture is so unique. The motto is so similar. Is that we all have got one thing in mind, that we need to make sure that what we do every day is to make a guest happy, is to make sure that we deliver what is the best what we can do. That's something which beyond any structure or beyond any trainings. It's something which comes within yourself. It's something which comes culturally, and also, it's something what you see. As I told you, you just get yourself in Four Seasons as well. You just get to fit yourself in because it's so welcoming, and it's no rocket science. It's no rocket science. It's very simple. Just take care of the guests from your heart, genuinely. That is something which is very, very different from many other philosophies, but that makes Go Season so different and so special. That's something which is made benchmarks year after year, because that's what we do it from the very close to our heart.
It's amazing. And talk me through the hotel. It's all suite, isn't it? A hotel?
It's a 125 all suite hotel, very beautifully crafted. Each one of the rooms are very unique. Um, the design is being created in a way that you can put this. If literally you could lift this hotel and put in a city like Rome, or you can put in a city like Budapest, or you put in a city like Prague, or any other city, European city, or any beautiful city, it will fit in, because the entire architecture and the hotel is timeless. So from today, the hotel industry is evolving, the technology is evolving. There are new things which is coming every day. But now there are certain hotels which, when you step into the lobby, when you step into the hotel, you feel it's timeless. You feel that somewhere you've gone back to the history, or somewhere you have, that opulent word which you used is screaming very loudly but very subtly inside your mind, that this is what is luxury is all about. timeless is all about. So our hotel is very, very much like that. Our owners have put a lot of thought process into this. Four Seasons has put their heart into it to make this a very timeless product. There are very beautiful hotels in Jakarta. I know every G1 says my hotel is the best, but when it comes to our beautiful Four Seasons Hotel Jakarta, we do not have a second competition in terms of the kind of architecture what we have. It's very,
I
very
agree.
beautiful, timeless.
It's magical.
Yes.
It's
You know,
beautiful.
the most favorite thing is that staircase. You will find out, you go to the social media, you will find
It's
every
everywhere.
20 pictures from all the hotels which is posted in the city. One of them is of that staircase.
Yes, 100%, 100%. And what is Four Seasons doing in terms of wellness? Wellness is the biggest word in luxury hotels everywhere. What are the sort of developments coming to your hotel, to the brand in general, that you can talk to us about?
We do have a very beautiful spa on the fifth floor, and we've got different treatment rooms and all. There are, as the product is as the hotel is evolving, there are many other programs which is coming in. We do have a very dedicated menu of self-care, as well as taking some time. We've got dedicated trainers who could help you from, let's say, you want a little bit of a sporty massage kind of a thing, or you've gone through a stressful day. There is somebody who can help you out. If you just want to have relaxed with a very special curated drink along with that, and maybe a post massage or a post treatment um, kind of a experience, you can do that. And attached with that is, we've got a very beautiful poolside, which is very unique because the way it has been designed, you don't feel like you are in a city. It's more of a very picturesque. It gives you an idea that you are kind of in an oasis, where in middle of the city you are in experiencing a resort kind of an environment. And in overall, the entire atmosphere gives you a feeling of wellness. And there are programs which is created, and we actually customize it and whatever you want. If somebody wants, let's say, a little stretching program or a little bit of yoga therapy, uh, just kind of relaxing time with them, we've got everything lined up for them, everything curated, personalized. It's not just when you do it, there is a menu to it and you follow the menu. It's something which we hear from you, what you want to do, how do you want to express yourself, or how do you want to experience, and that's how we curate that.
Look, you might find this interesting that I have twins, a boy and a girl. And when my son was 17, I wanted to get him out of, Sydney, out of the Western world, and really teach him something about the world, about my world. And I took him to India for his first trip. I took him to Mumbai and I took him to Pune, and the Oberoi was so generous. They welcomed us, but we stayed at plenty of places that the Oberoi wouldn't go near. And we really had the most culturally enriching experience. And I'm sad when I hear you say that I didn't take him to somewhere that we had to eat by hand, but goodness, we did just about everything else. It was wonderful.
Yeah, indeed. You went to one of the most organized chaos city in the in the country, Mumbai, where the city never sleeps, and they say that every dream is fulfilled in Mumbai. I have a short stint working in Mumbai, and it's going to be very close to my heart. The Bollywood city, as it is called. Um, yes, you will find, somewhere we all remain culturally rooted. One thing what India and every Indian resonates within themselves is the culture where we call it Aditi Deva Bhava. Guest is God. So I'm not surprised when you go to not just any brand, but when you go to any hotel in India, the normal culture is Atiti Deva Bhava, which is guest is God, and we've been taught that since the first day when we start talking or we understand how the social system works in India, and it comes very naturally.
But I have to say, for anyone who's a luxury hotel fan, you haven't experienced true luxury en masse in hotels until you go to India. I mean, that Taj Mahal Palace Hotel, which was the first five-star hotel in the whole country, still sits in Mumbai, is out of this world. I think there's 14 different eating outlets. The rooms are just, again, out of this world, huge suites, but the Indian people and the staff. And can I ask you, is this why so many general managers, whether I'm going to London next month, meaning an Indian general manager that's here. We were just talking about another one in Japan. Is this why there's so many successful and, might I say, brilliant general managers who hail from India originally?
You know, I'm not surprised now. There used to be a time where it was difficult to find an Indian general manager outside India, but things have changed over the years. From Paris to Phuket, you find an Indian general manager somewhere there. And as I told you, the success story lies in in the culture, in the culture which is imbibed into us. And I'm not going to convolute my answer. I make it very simple. We have emotional intelligence which we are born with. It's very simple as that. We know how it works. I mean, when you have a situation where you handle five cousins and 20 sisters and five aunties, two or three power cuts, and then five different requests of different cuisines, and still manage to make a wedding successful. That's how we are. Our general manager actually comes across. And then it's not 1 day or a 2 day, it's a 7 days affair, and everybody has got a different way of looking into that event. And we make everybody happy. That's something. So for India, it's a small mixture. I would say a concoction of three things, which is heart, hustle, and jugaad. So all things together makes an Indian general manager very different from the others. We can read the moment. Even if you are walking into a ballroom full of corporate guys and ambassadors, diplomats, or you walk into a breakfast where a couple is having their breakfast, we know we can read the situation and we can act accordingly. Sometimes we say that if there is a problem, we can understand that there is a problem happening, and we negate that problem, thinking and anticipating that what be the problem. The
Yeah.
emotional intelligence mixed with that heart and that little hustle makes us very different from the others. So
I
that's
love
why
it.
you see
So,
some
so I,
Indians.
I know this is not your first time working in Jakarta at Four Seasons, but how have you then transitioned to work with Indonesians?
As I told you, first thing in India is not just a country. It's a continent within itself. It has helped me. I mean, being an Indian, it has actually helped me to understand, the languages are even different. There are two different regions speaking two different languages, two different cities, two different states eating absolutely different food. So the cultural, um, the allegiance have actually helped me to go outside India and work. But when it comes to India, the things are we fast. We are very competitive, innovative. There is a healthy competition going around everywhere. We are very furious among ourselves. We want to be at the top. We want to be 1.4 billion. You understand what happens when everybody is hustling and everybody wants to be at the top. So where else, the time stops a little bit when you come to Indonesia. They are much more polite. They are much more nicer. They are much more welcoming. They are smiling. They have their own pace to do. Yeah, they have their own pace to do things. They love what they are doing it with a smile, with an open arms, and they will be very very they are creative as well, and they love to treat their guests exactly the way we do it. That's the difference. It's like, a movie directing two movies, one in a Bollywood blockbuster movie, which is 3 hours action packed, moving around the trees, dancing around the trees with action, drama, and everything. And there's another one, which is a slow paced, but both have a very beautiful story.
Yeah. Isn't that wonderful? And where do you go to get away from all this? Do you travel a lot? Is it in luxury? Do you go to India? Where do you like to travel to, Samit?
Well, travel to India is always a very, very busy one. Generally, I sneak into India, if I use the word, because I can't tell my friends that I'm going to India, then I will never be able to finish my work. So going back to India is never at, just relaxing or doing things out. If I get a couple of hours, that's relaxing, but mostly to finish some paperwork or get things done. I do travel once in 2 years or once in 18 months to India. But yeah, apart from that, my work takes me to different cities. But I do try and get a vacation out with the family once in Christmas or once during the mid of the year. And I'm a city boy. I love going to cities. I like taking pictures. I like taking pictures. I like enjoying hotels. So when
What are your
people,
top favorite three cities? Top favorite three cities in the world? You can't choose
London,
India.
London, Prague, and Budapest.
Oh, I'm going to Budapest for Christmas.
Oh, that's fantastic view. Very beautiful hotel there. Very beautiful hotel. And right in the middle of the city. And some
Wow.
great food and great people. Just take a train, go to Prague, also very close by.
Yes.
Excellent city, very nice to walk around, and old buildings. It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
So
Beautiful.
yeah, so I enjoy going out, taking pictures. That's something which I feel very, very relaxing. When I see the world through that camera lens, I feel the world very, very different. I see the
Yes.
world differently.
No, I completely understand. And before we go, we ask all our guests where to from here. And you can talk about your next holiday, what you're doing today, something you're doing with your hotel. So where to from here for you, Samit?
Renee, I'll talk more about my career side. I think I love the way my projections towards my life is towards how I mold my career and how I have come across from that humble boy in Calcutta till today, celebrating my 25th year in the hospitality. I have,
Congratulations.
thank you so much. I have, whichever city I have been, I have been ruled. I've been ruling that city without and with an invisible crown on my head, but very humbly. Um, who knows from here, maybe to a city or uh, to a country, from this city to another country or to a continent. But that's what I aspire. But more importantly, it's not about ruling. It's not about doing what you are doing the best, but leaving a legacy, doing something is genuine, doing something which is within your heart. It's not how you arrive, it's how you leave. That's how people remember you. That's how the city remembers you. That's how the world remembers you. So one day, yes, the time will come where I will say goodbye to Jakarta, and that day would be somewhere I would be remembered not just what I did in the city, but what I'm leaving in the city, the legacy, the heartfelt relations which I have created, um, the camaraderie I have created, the people who I have helped to grow and achieve their dreams is something which I would like to be remembered as.
Wonderful. That sounds fantastic. Well, look, I'll be in Jakarta in January. I would love to come and see you and meet you in person.
Waiting for you.
It's just my great honor to meet you. And thank you so much for your time, Samit. Have a beautiful rest of the
Thank
day.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you. You too.
Take
Have a
care. Bye
wonderful
for
day.
now.
Bye bye.
Don't forget to subscribe here and follow us on Instagram and Facebook for regular travel updates. You can also hear our episodes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.